But you wish you just might get it. But there's no one around, just want one thing, just to play the king. Where's your crown, king? Nothing. Ow, nothing. God, that SU-30, I don't know if I'd ever want to fly that plane. There's a couple of these Russian planes that would just be so awkward. I forget what that one, what was it, the Law 200 or something like that? Where with the ones that they make them sit side by side in a fighter, it's like, come on. You really want to be sitting next to a dude when you're dog fighting? Like, that is the most awkward situation, because typically they both have controls, right? So it's like, like I've said before, in the Russian one, he's like constantly, the American guy's always looking straight ahead, but the Russian guy's like, you got this? We're good, right? I don't need that bottle of vodka under the seat. I just couldn't imagine, like, dogfighting somebody while you got somebody chilling next to you, like side seat driving. You should have went left there. You should have went left. A split S? That's the last thing you should do. The SU-34 is like that. I just can't believe they put them side by side like that. Gotcha. That's another one. That's, I don't know why that shot is working. The 77s should need a little more time to acquire their target when they're doing that. That's crazy. Is that a missile? Yes, it probably is. No, that's not, though. Dang it, there's another one hiding in the clouds, too. 2, 3. No, 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 no. I finally ticked him off. Oh, that was stupid. This plane is cheating. I'm pretty sure that spaded it with a exclamation point. What's going on, vet? Clap, what's up, man? Would be horrible, right? You're the pilot. TH-53s is what I was training on when I got sick and had the little cancer thing. So T-34s flew quite a bit. TH-57s we did our initial helo training on, and then did a little bit in the CH-53s before had to shut her down, which kind of stinks. But that's that. So now we get to fly again. Get to do all the stuff I missed out on. Good to see you, man. You too, vet. Games are going pretty well. They're going pretty well. Oh, yeah. I'm a Embry-Riddle alumni, so I've got all my flight licenses. Single, multi, instrument. I've ended up with my CFI right at the end as well. And then did stay in helos long enough to get my helos sign off, but Lord knows I'd never go rent one of those. Helos were scary, man. Out of all my fixed wing training, like, I'm really grateful that I got to do rotary wing stuff, because it's so different than any other flying I've ever done, especially being so close to the ground, being able to hover, like crazy stuff like that. But I never felt safe ever felt safe in a helo. There's just so many more moving parts, so many things that just so much room to go wrong, and you have so much less time to react. Like something goes wrong in a helo, we're going down right there. Like in an airplane, you've got some glide room where you can be like, that spot's not great. Let's go over there. No, in a helicopter, it's like we're going down right there, right there. Oh yeah, yeah, right. CFI. Autos were a blast. I got to go in it kind of naive too. Like, I mean, knowing what they were, but not necessarily realizing. So when I got to finally practice them, it was like so fun. We did them on like a grass kind of field, so you could literally come in on the slide it in with the skids. Oh, so fun. But it is an extremely stressful maneuver for sure. Downright idle turn. That one's burnt in for sure. That and that tiny little boat that we have to learn how to land on, that little, that thing is tiny. The whole way it looks like this thing is not going to fit. We are not going to fit. And I'm kind of glad I didn't make it to that phase in the CH-53 because that thing is so big. I was watching a video actually. On the runway would be rough on the skids. I'm pretty sure that's why we were doing it on grass too. We did some practice at the runways as well, but the first few times it was certainly on grass. They didn't want us burning those things up. And I couldn't imagine doing it civilian side either. Like, oops, I'm wasting my flares. Shit. I can only imagine, like, helos are really expensive to fly, even compared to, like a Cessna or something. So I couldn't imagine doing that. Man, see what I mean about that blind spot in Russia? It gets me all the time. I forget to roll wings level to check. Can't see that missile. Anyway, we're done. I'm moving on to the Su-30. Let's buy an Su-30. Let's buy one. Etch a sketch on the side. All right, we got that one spaded. Well, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. It's going to cut me pretty close. I wanted to do some more nuclear footballs, but I'll delete you. What? Let's put this guy where the MiG-25 is. Yeah, let's do that. Chillin' now, Hewlett Packard, what? And then especially when you take the doors off, are you kidding me? We would do, so the way we would do it in helos, because they're so expensive to fly and they're a pain in the ass to start, we would just hot swap them throughout the day. So a lot in helicopters, we got assigned like a buddy. So we would have like a training buddy that we would fly with all the time. So each day we would have our flight scheduled and we'd go out there together. He would fly the first stint and then I would fly the second, or vice versa, whatever the case may be. Hold on here 1 second. I gotta charge my phone. Oh, can I reach it? Why did I put it back there? That was dumb. Just beat it. And I forgot where I was going with that now. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, we take the doors off, right? So because we would do it that way, we'd both run out there, the helicopter. One of us would hop in the front. One of us would hop in the back. He'd do his flight. We'd come back, land, swap, blah, blah, blah. And it did work out pretty cool that way. But the crazy part was a lot of times the doors would be off in the back. Fuck that, man. I don't know how y'all get used to that. I would never get used to that, ever. I don't care how tight my belts were when we'd be in some kind of a turn and you're looking out that that fear of falling out is real, man. Like I'm not like afraid of heights or anything, but I felt it in those moments for sure. It was like, whoo, ain't nothing stopping us from falling out but this little belt right here. And it's a backseat belt, like a car seat belt, not like a, not like you're strapped in like I was in like the T-34 or something, or in the front of the helicopter. You're actually pretty strapped in, not in the back. That is some trippy stuff. And then helicopters as well, particularly Navy and Marines, we have to do a lot of water training with that. And helicopters, the engine is almost always up on top. I can't really think of one that the engine isn't on top. So if you make any kind of a water landing, the second that helicopter hits the water, it flips upside down and, starts to sink. Heavy part on top, right? That just flips inverted. So yeah, that was fun training. They put you in the dunker and they drop it in the water. You're literally, it's like a makeup of a fuselage of a helicopter. And they literally just drop you in a pool and the thing flips upside down and you got to get yourself out and break out a window and swim out. Then they blindfold you and you've got to do it in the dark. I don't know if you've ever been flipped upside down in the water with your eyes closed and you don't expect it. But yeah, water goes into places that you don't expect it to, in your ears and your nose, and little things like that throw you off. And now you're upside down and you got to get reoriented, and it's also quick and violent. And did you remember to take a breath before it hit, I never felt safe in a helicopter. That shit doesn't happen in an airplane, all right? If that happens in an airplane, your worst fear is, it being sealed and you can't, get it open. That's pretty terrifying, but at least you have a little time before the water rushes in. A helicopter, it's coming in right now. Everything with the helicopter is so right now. You don't have a lot of time to react. Ooh, we got 77-1s now. Does this one not? Yeah, this one doesn't have the thrust vectoring, though. Okay. Oh, look at this thing. Oh, my goodness. It's no wonder people are complaining. ARB's on notice, y'all. Rev's got a SU-30. Y'all are in trouble. Something to make us so happy. Oh, a nice radar. It's got a nice fancy radar. Problem is, we don't have any chaffs. What the hell am I doing up here? Oh my goodness, look at all those missiles. He sent them all. They all did. You'll be out in tears. Working on getting your rotor license. For funsies and civilian-wise, it's cheaper than... Is it really? I'm glad you chimed in on that, because that's kind of crazy. Yes, and auto rotation is very similar, actually, which is why I think I did well with it, having done so many, because they do glide. It just happens a lot fast. You're just so much lower to the ground. In an airplane, you're usually, above 1,500 feet. In a helicopter, you're usually below 1,000. So it's like you've just got seconds. And while it'll glide, it's still just going to glide to right over there or right over there. It's so crazy. But yeah, that gets misconceived sometimes too, that as long as you kind of maintain that rotor speed, you can actually get some pretty deep. If you're at altitude, you can glide pretty far, especially in the bigger helicopters. It will glide very similar to an airplane, but you got to be up at altitude. You got to be up, above 1,500 feet or so. Very rarely were we up that high. Only if we were doing like a cross country or something would we venture above, a couple thousand feet. but that's cool. And civilian side would be more fun. Those helicopters are certainly